This journal came from watching women harden themselves to survive. Welcome to day 55. I'm Dr. Nicole, and today I'm sharing the personal story behind the Damsel Me Please journal, one of my most meaningful creations. This isn't just a product story. This is about witnessing a generation of women lose touch with their softness and creating something to help them find their way back to themselves. If you've ever felt like you had to choose between being strong and being soft, this story is for you. The inspiration for this journal came from a pattern I kept seeing in my practice and even in my personal life. I was watching incredibly capable, successful women who had completely disconnected from their feminine essence. They were thriving professionally, handling their responsibilities, achieving their goals, but they felt empty inside. These women had learned that softness was dangerous. Softness meant being taken advantage of. Softness meant being seen as weak or incompetent. Softness meant being overlooked or dismissed. Softness meant being hurt or disappointed. So they hardened themselves as protection. They became hyper independent to avoid disappointment. They suppressed their emotions to appear strong. They rejected help to prove their capability. They built walls to prevent vulnerability. The problem was, in protecting themselves from potential pain, they also protected themselves from joy, connection, and the full experience of being a woman. I watched women who could handle any crisis but couldn't receive a compliment, could solve everyone's problems but couldn't ask for help, could lead teams but couldn't be vulnerable in relationships, could achieve anything but couldn't enjoy their achievements. They had become strangers to their own softness. This pattern was especially pronounced among women of color who face additional cultural pressures around strength and independence. The strong Black woman archetype, for example, celebrates resilience and capability, which are beautiful qualities, but often demands that strength come at the expense of softness. It creates pressure to handle everything alone, makes asking for help feel like weakness or failure. I saw women who felt guilty for wanting to be cared for, believed that needing support meant they were failing, thought that showing emotion was unprofessional or weak. They carried the weight of everyone else's expectations. The cultural messaging was clear. You can be strong or you can be soft, but you cannot be both. But this is a false choice. The most powerful women I know have learned to integrate both. They're strong and soft, independent and receptive, capable and vulnerable. The journal was born from wanting to give women permission to reclaim the parts of themselves they'd been taught to hide or suppress. One of the core themes of the journal is reclaiming receptivity. That's the ability to receive love, support, compliments, and care. I noticed that many women had become incredible givers, but terrible receivers. They could pour into everyone else, but couldn't let anyone pour into them. They could see everyone else's worth, but struggled to see their own. They could create safety for others, but didn't feel safe themselves. This imbalance was exhausting them and keeping them isolated, even within relationships. The journal includes prompts that help women identify where they've been overgiving and under receiving. It helped to practice accepting compliments and support, exploring their relationships with vulnerability, reconnecting with their desires and needs. It was helping them to give themselves permission to want what they want. One of my favorite prompts is, what would you do today if you knew you deserved to be cared for? This question often brings women to tears because they realize how long it's been since they've operated from that belief. The Damsel Me Please journal isn't about becoming helpless or dependent. It's about reclaiming the full spectrum of feminine power. The title, Damsel Me Please, is intentionally provocative because the word damsel has become associated with weakness. But I wanted to reclaim it. A damsel in its original meaning was simply a young woman. The in distress part was added later, along with the implication that needing help makes you weak. But what if we reclaimed the word? What if being a damsel meant being a woman who knows her worth and doesn't apologize for it? can receive love and support gracefully, trusts her intuition and feminine wisdom, moves through the world with softness and strength, creates beauty and connection wherever she goes. The journal is designed to help women reconnect with their desires. Many women have been so focused on everyone else's needs that they've lost touch with their own wants and dreams. It helps them to practice compassion, self compassion, learning to speak to themselves with the same kindness they show others. Embrace their femininity, understanding that being feminine is a source of power, not weakness. And set healthy boundaries, protecting their energy and peace without guilt. I love how it helps women to cultivate gratitude, appreciating the beauty and abundance that already exists in their lives, and trusting their intuition, reconnecting with their inner wisdom, and learning to trust it. Each prompt is designed to be a gentle invitation back to themselves, back to their softness, and back to their feminine essence. There's something powerful about putting pen to paper when it comes to healing and self discovery. Writing helps you to process emotions that you might not even realize you're carrying, to identify patterns and beliefs that are no longer serving you, to clarify your thoughts and feelings, and to create dialogue with yourself. Most importantly, you can track your growth and evolution over time. The journal prompts are designed to be gentle but deep. They don't force you to go anywhere you're not ready to go. Practical and applicable, they help you to make real changes in your daily life. Affirming and empowering, they remind you of your worth and strength. Also flexible, you can use them in whatever order feels right for you. Many women have told me that working through the journal helped them to remember who they were before they hardened themselves, to give themselves permission to want more softness in their lives, to start receiving compliments and support more gracefully, and to feel more connected to their femininity. As a result, they've been able to create more ease and flow in their daily lives. What I love most about this journal is the ripple effect it creates. When a woman reclaims her softness, her relationships improve because she can be more vulnerable and authentic. Her children see a different model of what it means to be a woman. Her friends feel permission to be softer too. Her work becomes more aligned because she's operating from her authentic self. Her overall well being improves because she's not constantly in survival mode. The journal isn't just about individual healing, it's about cultural healing. It's about giving women permission to be whole, to be both strong and soft, to be fully themselves. Every woman who reclaims her softness makes it easier for the next woman to do the same. Softness is a return, not a weakness. It's a return to who you were before the world told you that you had to be hard to survive. It's a return to your natural state of grace, intuition, and feminine wisdom. The Damsel Me Please journal is available at the link in the notes if you want to begin your own journey back to softness. Make sure you hit subscribe for day 56, where we're talking about energy leaks, what's draining you, helping to identify and plug the holes in your energy. Tell me in the comments, what's one area where you want to reclaim more softness in your life? I'll see you tomorrow. I'm Dr. Nicole.